What is going on, everybody? I'm here with my boy Adrian Phelps.
What's up?
AKA, tell him what you do.
All right, I'm a rapper from New Mexico. My name's Canoost.
And you're 18, right?
Yeah, 18.
So this video I specifically wanted to sit down and do because I have had tons of you guys, specifically either parents who have kids in high school or high schoolers themselves, talk about, you know, just transitioning. I need to calm down for a second. That coffee's hitting me hard, bro. Transitioning over into a vegan diet or a plant-based diet, and like the intricacies that come with that, like having friends and stuff, and all the social pressures. First off, how long have you been vegan?
It's been about a year. It's gonna be 2 years on October 9th.
Nice, so you went before you turned 18. Mm-hmm. You went before you were an adult.
Yep.
That's tight, man.
Yeah.
When did you want to go vegan?
So basically the idea was like introduced to me when my sister went vegan, but I really didn't even know the difference between like vegetarians and vegans and stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of just was introduced to me. I actually made fun of her for it. And then
like we all do.
Yeah.
I did the same thing to my sister. That's why we have all this stuff back here now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it was that, and then I started watching like videos, and it kind of just slowly started like making sense to me about why you would do that. And then I just kind of like, I think I was only vegetarian for about a week before I went just full vegan.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So you did the no meat, and then you took the dairy out 2 weeks later?
I mean, yeah, the vegetarian was like pretty much vegan too.
Nice.
Like I rarely had dairy and stuff, so.
Dope, dude. And so you went at 17, so you were a senior, right?
I was a junior.
Junior?
Yeah.
And so when you first, I can't even imagine, but when you first went vegan,
Yeah.
What was the initial response from your friends?
Of course, there's always like the making fun of and stuff, but like with my friends, it was more of like a joking kind of a way. It was never like really like serious.
Yeah, not like trying to get you away from it, just being like, well, did you get your broccoli too, bro? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, because that's how my friends hit me too with it. And if you got good like sense of humor, then it's like not a big deal.
Yeah.
Did you outright like tell them, or did you just start eating a different way, and then eventually they're like, how come there's no carne asada on that?
Well, with the friends I have now, I kind of like started hanging out with them around the same time I like started going vegan. So they never really knew me as like the non-vegan type.
Okay.
So it was like kind of easier that way.
I see.
So
cool, man.
Yeah.
And before you went vegan, were you did you eat like a lot of meat and milk and stuff like that, or like a normal amount?
I'd say probably the average.
Average?
Yeah, I wasn't like too bad with that.
Okay.
But
and so like, what would you say was probably the hardest thing for you to take out of the diet?
Honestly, it's hard to say because like once you like do it for the right reasons, you don't really miss anything,
right.
You know? Because like you realize like how big of a deal it is. So I'd say pretty much nothing, really? Honestly. And there's like vegan substitutes.
Vegan donuts too.
Vegan donuts,
you can't say donuts.
Yeah.
All right. And so beyond your friends when you were in high school, when people saw you eating vegan food maybe, or whatever it was, however they found that out, how did like people you didn't know react to you?
A lot of people get surprised, you know, because I'm pretty sure I was the only vegan there in my high school.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah, they're just really surprised. They like to ask a lot of questions. Of course, the protein question. Right. Because I had a weightlifting class, so they were like, "Bro, how you get your protein?
How you gonna get these arms,
yeah,
bro?
how you gonna get gains, bro?"
Yeah,
so yeah, there's always that.
Was there anybody like really attacking you, like trying to make fun of you for it?
Not seriously, no.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, my brother made a lot of jokes, but like, it was always in love. Like, he never seriously.
Lucky for you, dude. So I get it. So the reason I ask that is I get a lot of people who message me and say, I'm in high school and I'm trying to go over to a plant-based diet, and people are just like hammering me at lunchtime. Because at my school, I don't know how it was for you, but my school, it was like high school, you get to lunch, everyone buys nachos, they buy Cheetos, and they buy like these pretzels, and they dip it all in cheese and shit like that. And then if you don't eat that, and you're eating, like for example me, I was eating like veggies, rice, and chicken because it was before I went vegan. Yeah. Everyone's like, what are you eating? Like, that is so weird. You're such a weird kid. You should live a little. That was the thing they always say, live a little. Yeah. So it wasn't actually that like, that harsh or like, a lot of pushback.
Not really, but if there ever was, like, if they said something to me, I'd always say something back, you know? Okay. Just to make sure I, like, stood my ground. Like, if they're like, oh, like, why are you vegan in this? I'd be like, yo, at least I got clean arteries, bro, you know? Just kind of come back with it. Hit him with a snap. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
What would you say would be probably the hardest part for you to transition as a high schooler?
Probably the lunch. Yeah. I mean, as a senior, I left during lunch, so that wasn't a big deal. But as a junior, I had to, like, bring my own food. Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad of a struggle, but like you still had to prep. Right. So. And
what would you usually bring for lunches for high school? Like a couple of them, just for people to kind of get an idea.
I'd usually bring like bean burritos, put like spinach and like salsa in there. I'd bring like PB&Js. Just pretty much that's it. I just like to keep it simple.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Stuff that you can like go.
Yeah.
And throw it into a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Same here. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
How were your parents when you first went vegan?
Well, like I said, my sister was vegan before me, so she kind of like broke the ice.
They were familiar.
Yeah, they were familiar. They just wanted to make sure I didn't have like any like struggles with like getting the right like vitamins and all that type of stuff. But like after I was vegan for a while, they kind of saw like there weren't really any problems.
Cool.
So now they're cool with it.
Nice.
So yeah.
So then now it's no issue at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, do they eat any food that's vegan? Do they like partake?
They try
with
it,
you?
yeah. Sometimes I make like breakfast burritos, and I'm like, you gotta try this.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah.
I like that. What the other thing I want to know is like, what would you say? It sounds like you didn't really have a lot of like super hard pushback. Because like when I did, maybe it's because I come from fitness world. I had just people like, dude, you're gonna lose all your muscle. You're gonna die, bro. That's the dumbest thing ever, bro. Real men eat meat. Forever, man. I had it for a really long time. In terms of like your friends and stuff like that, have any of them gotten into veganism or tried veganism because of you?
I've definitely like got them to try more vegan food.
Yeah.
So they're less like judgmental about it, and they realize it's actual like, you know, it's good.
Yeah.
Like we have co-ops there, and they always have like vegan bakery items and like all this kind of stuff. So we go there and get it, and they like it, so.
Cool.
And they're always surprised. They're like, bro, I thought this was gonna taste so bad. I'm like,
right.
No, we got you, bro.
Like you went to Plant Power with me yesterday, had the buffalo wings and stuff. Yeah. That's where I take my people who are like, I'll try it, but I'm, and then they try it and they're like,
they're like, what? Yeah.
Because wasn't that bomb?
Yeah.
Like you were saying, he said yesterday when we tried the buffalo wings, you were like, these taste like buffalo wings that I had when I was like 15 before I went vegan, right? So that, yeah, it's cool when you have those kind of vegan shops and stuff that you can take people to and be like, here, I'm proving the point.
And it's always cool to get those vegan products that taste like exactly. You're like, are you sure this is vegan, bro? Like, I gotta read the package again.
That's
like,
the best.
Yeah.
That's the best. You're like, okay, you sure there's no milk in here?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You guys killing this.
Yeah.
If you had a piece of advice to give kids who are in high school, who are looking at it, but not even 1% started it yet, who want to maybe try to start getting into veganism, plant-based eating and stuff like that, what would be some tips that you'd give them? So
I'd say definitely don't let anybody don't let people like saying things stop you from doing it. Because like if you're gonna do it just like for the right reasons, then know it's like a really big deal, and to not let that like take you down.
Yeah.
Another thing is like, for me, I don't think I got a lot of like feedback because a lot of people didn't know about it. Like I didn't tell anybody unless like a situation came up. They're like, yo, here's this like cookie or something. Like I really didn't tell anybody, so like no one really knew.
That's kind of a good strategy.
So,
I feel that.
So I think that's probably the big reason why like I didn't get a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because you didn't come in on Monday when Friday you just went out, had nachos, and then Monday you come in and you're like, hey guys, I want to let you know.
Yeah.
You just kept eating lunches and choosing whatever you wanted and ate with them, and then when they like offered you a piece of chicken, you're like, yeah, man, you know, I'm not really eating that no more.
Yeah.
I see. So that actually is probably pretty good advice for somebody who's in high school who is nervous about that confrontation. It's just play it to yourself, and then when it comes up, tell them and stay strong and don't like
stay strong and just like don't make a big deal out of it. Make it seem like it's just like, you know, I've been doing this for a while. It's cool.
Totally. That's tight.
So
and then I think also probably something that would really help is if you really decide what it is that you are vegan for or wanting to go transition for. Yeah. Because if it's health based, then you know really like research up on that and find some things that you can really like know are healthy about it. That way when people are trying to bring you down and say, because that's what happens is you say I'm vegan, and then people say why, and then you're like, why do I have to explain it, man?
And that's the hard part for me too, because like I've always been a shy person, so when people ask me, I was just like, you know, ethics, bro, stuff like that. So, like, I didn't really have a strong like
short answer
because I was like so shy. So
totally.
Yeah.
So I think if you like inform yourself with like facts, so that way when people, because in high school, at least for me, when I did new things that was different than the average kid was doing, it was this huge deal, and people were like, why, what are you doing that for? That's so stupid, that's so weird. And so like whenever I had strong things to say back to them, that was like programmed. So like every single time I'd eat healthy, people would be like, why are you bringing food in Tupperware? So I would have the auto response that I wouldn't even think. I'm just like, yeah, blah, 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 there it is.
And when you pull out facts, it makes it seem so much more legit.
It makes it sound like you're not following it because you found it on Instagram and now you're just trending.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, your grandpa died from this kind of cancer, you know it's in your family, and you know that eggs cause this kind of cancer in the colon or something like that. And so then you can say, yeah, there's like a 63% increase of cancer in people who eat. And then people are like, I get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they might even respect you for it too.
Totally.
So
I would say, and if you, this one I would say, a lot of people are gonna hate me for this one, but I would say if you're really, really shy in high school or college or whatever, like little, you know, having a lot of school kids around you, I would say that you could even start by just saying, I just found out I have a severe allergy to dairy or chicken or meats or eggs or like legit cheese, anything that you don't want to eat. Because no one's ever going to argue with a doctor saying that you're allergic to something and it will literally kill you or hurt you. They aren't going to say, oh, that's stupid, dude, you should hurt your liver anyways. Like, you know, so for me, I think that's always been like my advice for anybody, like at restaurants too, when you feel like kind of nervous about like really picking apart the thing, instead of like, because sometimes when you say, hey, can you make sure that this is plant-based or vegan and there's no animal products, they're gonna be like, oh gosh, and then they'll use butter anyways and just serve it to you. But if you say, I will die if I have butter, they're gonna be like,
well, I heard that's what a lot of vegans do.
Back.
Right. Like if they're on a cruise or something, they tell the chef like, I'm definitely allergic to like animal products, and they'll make sure, you know, because they could get sued and like all this stuff.
Yeah, that's like a million dollar lawsuit. Yeah, I think that is really strong. But I would also say that, like, keep in mind that you aren't pushing the message at all. So if that is your agenda too, and you do want to help people kind of come to it, if you tell people you have allergies, no one's going to want to eat food that you're allergic to, you know what I mean? Like, that is going to matter to them. They're not allergic to it. But then, so just kind of like think about that. I would say that that's probably a good way to start, especially if you're super nervous about going and starting a plant-based thing in high school, is just to start telling people, I'm allergic to milk, I'm allergic to that, I'm allergic to that, until eventually they just know that you're allergic to all these things, and they're giving you plant-based food without even realizing that they're actually, you know, checking for veganism every single time for you. And then when you kind of get more comfortable and stuff, I would say then you could probably start being like, yeah, also, you know, I'm doing this for ethics, and I'm doing this for this reason and that reason, then kind of tell them that you're vegan and stuff. But is there anything else that you would tell people who are in high school or college or anything, really any tips at all you have with veganism that has helped you?
It's definitely not hard. I mean, besides the people thing, like the food itself, it's really not hard to prepare if you have like a lunch or something to take. So yeah, that's easy. And like if you have the right friends, of course they're gonna stay with you if you tell them, you know? Like if you're like, I'm vegan, they're not gonna be like, all right, laters, bro, you know?
Yeah,
they're gonna stick with you. So.
That's true. Yeah, I'd say that's really good advice. If your friends are giving you a really big hard time about this, think about anything else that you might want to do in your life, because you're young, you know what I mean? You're still developing your passions and stuff. But imagine 2 years down the line from now, you decide that you want to, I don't know, you want to ballet dance, or you want a monster truck drive, who cares, whatever it is. And then your friends, if they aren't supportive about certain things, they might not be supportive about that kind of thing. Yeah. And then those aren't friends, man. Like if you want to go to Bolivia and do a missions trip to help people, and your friends are like, that's stupid, bro, you should spend that money on Coachella. Those people suck, man. Those aren't your friends, because really friends just want to help their friends do things that make them happy. Yeah. So that's what you need to make sure that your friends are supporting you. So if they aren't supporting you, maybe like kind of reevaluate, give them some time, see if they come and warm up to the idea. But if they don't, I would say maybe consider hanging out with them a little bit less and bringing someone else in a little bit more, kind of refining your friend group until you have really supportive people behind you, because that's the key to everything. Having support around you is really important.
And who knows, you might even find other vegans, you know?
That's it. You might be in New Mexico, Albuquerque, and you might run into Adrian Phelps.
I'll be like, what's up?
Have a new vegan friend, a vegan rapper.
Yep, we can freestyle.
That's it, baby. So that's it for this video. I just thought it would be really cool to have a different perspective, have you on here, kind of explaining how your journey has gone and stuff like that. So if you guys do want to support him or check him out, or you know, get in contact with him, ask him any more questions about this kind of stuff, you can do so on his social medias, which I'll let you run out.
For sure. All right, so Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter are all Canuced, K-A-N-U-C-D. My YouTube's a little different. It's Canuced, but then official.
There we go.
So, yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, follow his ass. I'm gonna put all his links right there. He's dope, 18, vegan, rapping, super dope, super passionate. I think it's awesome. If you guys have any other questions about high schoolers or college, or really anything, if you're a parent, anything about veganism and this whole kind of a topic, please leave them in the comments below. I'll be going through answering them. I'm sure other people will be going through and answering them.
I'll be there.
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be running stuff. So if you guys have a question for him too, you can just straight up just ask Adrian, what do you think about this? And if you haven't liked the video already, do that, because it helps get the video out to more people and spread the message around. If you haven't left a comment already, you should definitely leave a comment. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week.
CT.
Lift heavy or die Myron, motherfucker.
Team Beyond the Week.